Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 19, Text number 23. Tada ditehe samabhavat. Tada ditehe samabhavat. Sahasa hridi Vepatuhu Sahasa hridi Vepatuhu Smarantya Bhartuhu Adesham Smarantya Bharturadesham Stanat Cha Asrik Prasushruve Stanach Chakru Prasushruve Tadaditehi Samabhava Sahasardi Vepatuhu Smarantya Bharturadesham Stana Chakshur Prasasruve Tadadite Samabhavat Sahasardi Vepatuhu Smarantya Bharturadesham Stana Chakshur Prasasruve. Synonyms. Tada, at that moment. Ditehe, of Diti. Samabhava, occurred. Sahasa, suddenly. Hridi, in the heart. Vepatuhu, a shudder. Smarantyaha, recalling. Bhartuhu, of her husband. Kashyapa. Adesham, the words. Stanat, from her breast. Cha, and Asrik, blood. Prasusruve, flowed. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. At that very moment, a shudder suddenly ran through the heart of Diti, the mother of Hiranyaksha. She recalled the words of her husband Kashyapa, and a blood flowed from her breasts. Please repeat. At that very moment, a shudder suddenly ran through the heart of Diti, the mother of Hiranyaksha. She called the words of her husband, Kashyapa, and blood flowed from her breasts. Purport. At Hiranyaksha's last moment, his mother Diti remembered what her husband had said. Although her sons would be demons, they would have the advantage of being killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. She remembered this incident by the grace of the Lord, and her breast flowed blood instead of milk. In many instances, we find that when a mother is moved by affection for her sons, milk flows from her breast. In the case of the demon's mother, the blood could not transfer into milk, but it flowed down her breast as it was. Blood transforms into milk. To drink milk is auspicious, but drink blood is inauspicious, although they are one and the same thing. This formula is applicable in the case of cow's milk also. The sense, the Bhaktivedanta Pad. Om ajnanatimidandasya jnananjanashalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So now, Hiranyaksha is getting killed by the Lord. So the Hiranyaksha's mother is seeing this. Though he is a demon, after all she is mother. So there is certain affection. But at the same time, the thought has crossed in her mind what Kashyapa told. Because Diti did a mistake of conceiving the child in the evening in an inappropriate time. Kashyapa said the progeny will be very demonic because it is the wrong time to conceive a child. But Diti became very humble. Diti said, I should have not done this. I did a mistake. Since Diti understood her mistake, Kashyapa gave good news to her. The good news is that though your children are going to be demonic, they will be killed by the Lord. Killing by the Lord is very auspicious. It will be liberation for those demonic people, demonic nature. So this is a good news for her. So now the two thoughts crossed in Diti's. One is her son is, that's what is going to happen. Her son is going to die. So there is a motherly affection she is feeling and going through an emotion of her son is dying. How naturally any mother will feel so much of affection. At the same time, she is realizing my son has been killed by the Supreme Lord Himself. And that she is remembering what her husband has told. Smarantya Bhartuhu Adesham. Bhartuhu means husband. Adesham. My husband has told like this. So she remembers this. As she is remembering, she is going through these emotions of a love for her son, as well as feeling gratitude to the Lord and her husband. The blood flowed through her breast, is explained. So Srila Prabhupada also said, actually the milk is nothing but a transformation of the blood only. But the milk is auspicious, blood is inauspicious. This is the arrangement of the Lord. There is a Shakti, the Lord's energy which is working, which is making all of us take birth, fulfill our desires, die, again take birth. So this process, the Lord has made it like this. The mother has great significant role in shaping up of the child. We see this in many mothers, Vedic mothers. First of all, we are created, the entire creation is happened by mother. Lakshmi and Narayana, Radha and Krishna. Lakshmi Devi's expansion is Durga. So in the Durga, the Parvati is also having many Parvatis. Vishnu Parvati, the Rudra and Parvati has many layers, many understanding. Durga is not necessarily always what we think, the Durga Devi. There are three kinds of Durgas. Vishnu Durga, she creates all the Devatas. Indra, Manmatha, all the Devatas are created by Vishnu Durga. There is a Brahma, through the Rajasic Durga. In that Durga creates all Indriyas, Buddhi and Indriyas. There is one more Durga, that is Rudra and Parvati, of Shiva Parvati, what we generally know. That Durga creates Panchabhutas, this material matter. So the matter is created by one Durga. There are many Durgas. So this Durga is none other than Lakshmi Devi and her different expansions which are coming to this world. So she is the universal mother. That is why when Krishna says, Pitaham asya jagato mata data pitamaha, because he is the origin of all these things. Eko Narayano asit. There was Narayana in the beginning. Narayanat Brahma jayate, Narayanat Rudra jayate. So Narayana, everything came. The Shakti of Narayana, Hladini Shakti of Narayana is Durga Devi, or is Lakshmi Devi. From the Lakshmi, further expansions happened. So all these things. From there, all this Prakriti and we all are enjoying in this world. So, the universal mother, the mother to all of us is Lakshmi Devi, or Radharani. And Krishna is the father. Radharani is the mother for all the living beings. Original father and original mother. Then there are so many layers of creation to fulfill our ase, desires. Conditioned living entities have to get purified. For the purpose of purification, there is this creation, rectification. Just like a school. In the school, there is a teacher to refining the child to grow in their life. Like that, this material world is like an educational institute. Those who understand and pass all the exams, they will go back to Krishna. Those who fail, they will remain in the same class. Our days when we were going to school, now they don't fail, I heard, in the schools. If you don't pass, you have to sit in the same class. There used to be some friends who'd be in the same class for 2 to 3 years. By the time they finished 7th, they were 18 years old. Because every class 2 at 1 year they extra spent. So, those living beings who fail in this world, they're in this samsara, they have to go through this, keep on failing. But those jivas who are qualified to go back to Krishna, they will pass this and go back. But all this creation is done by the Lord. So ultimately, Janma Janmantara, life after life, our one father and one mother who remain as mother and father for us is Radha and Krishna. They are constant. All other mothers, fathers will keep changing. 100 years back, we were all there. All of us who were sitting there, we were there 100 years back. But in a different body. In that body, you had one father and mother. Now we are there, we have one father and mother. But 100 years back and now also there is one constant father and mother, that is Krishna and Radharani, Narayana and Lakshmi Devi. Therefore, our connection with Krishna, our connection with Radharani, Narayana and Lakshmi is a real connection, because that is our real relationship. Other relationships come and go. Everybody has certain duties to perform. As a mother, you have a duty to perform. As a father, you have a duty to perform. As a friend, you have a duty to perform as per the Vedic understanding. Rishabhadeva says this in Srimad Bhagavatam. What is the duty? He says, Gurur nanasyat, swajano nasasyat, pita nasasyat, janani nasasyat, daivam nasasyat, na patischa na sasyan, na mochayed yaha samupeta mrutyuhu. Na mochayet. If you are not able to mochayet means liberating. If you are not able to liberate people who depending on you from the samapeta mrutyuhu, the impending death, if you are not able to relieve, then you should not become guru to anybody. Guru na sasya. You should not become swajano, their relatives, not only just guru, swajana. I say he is very close to me. He is my very close friend. She is my very close friend. I am very close to her. Don't tell that. If you cannot help your friend, your dear one, to namochayet mrutyuhu, samapeta mrutyuhu. Pitanna sasya, don't become father. If you cannot liberate your dependent. Jananina sasya, don't become mother. Daivanna sasya, don't become devata. Patinna sasya, don't become husband. So it is said, Janani nasasya. If you cannot liberate, cannot give the knowledge of going back to real father and mother, then don't become this so-called mother in this world. Is the instruction of Rishabhadeva in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam to his sons. He told his sons before leaving all these instructions. Don't become father if you cannot liberate your child. So, then we also see such great mothers in Srimad Bhagavatam and in the Vedic culture. First comes to our mind is the mother of Dhruva. The Dhruva was ill-treated by his stepmother. Dhruva's father name is Uttanapada. And he wanted to sit on the lap of the father. He tried to climb and his stepmother came and dragged him. Suruchi came and dragged him. And he is not ordinary child. He is in a Kshatriya Kula. He has taken birth in the dynasty of Surya Vamsha. So though he is a small child, she started to become very angry. And his stepmother came and said, you don't deserve to sit on the lap of your father because you are not taken birth from my womb. You want? Then go do tapasya. Next life you become my son and come, then you can sit. Such an insult. And he felt greatly insulted. He started heavily breathing, biting his teeth. Eyes are becoming red, at the same time crying. 5 years old, small boy. And ran from there and towards the mother. And he approached Mother Suniti. Suniti went and hugged him and lifted him. What happened? And he said, this is what has happened. And Suniti said, actually it is true. Though I am wife of your father, I am like a maid servant only. He doesn't respect me. What your stepmother has told is correct. If at all you have to sit on the lap of the father, you have to take birth from her womb. Like that she started crying. What to do? You are very unfortunate to take birth from my womb. You are so unfortunate. Had to drink the milk from my breast. So you are so unfortunate. Like this, the mother Suniti is lamenting. Then she said, what you should do? So Dhruva said, no, what should be done? So then Suniti said, very important, Atishtya tattata vimatsarastvam uktam samatrapi yat avyalekam aradhya dhokshaja pada padmam yadichase dhyasanam uttamo yatha. You have one solution for this. You should do aradhya adhokshaja pada padmam. Aradhya adhokshaja, Krishna's. If you take shelter, she says, my dear boy, whatever has been spoken by Suruchi, your stepmother, although very harsh to hear, is factual. Therefore, if you desire at all to sit on the same throne as your stepbrother, Uttama, then give up your envious attitude and immediately try to execute the instructions of your stepmother. What did stepmother say? Do tapasya and take birth in my womb. Without further delay, mother is saying, without further delay, you must engage yourself in worshipping the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Don't delay. You should take the shelter of Adhokshaja Padapadmam. Aradhya Adhokshaja Padapadmam. Go worship Aradhya. Whom? Adhokshaja Padapadmam. Go and take the lotus feet, shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Do not delay. What a mother. She did not say, let us go away from here. You're too small, you don't understand, don't cry. I'll feed you something very tasty, cook and feed you. She said, take the shelter of the Lord to the 5-year-old boy. Then where is Krishna? Where is Adhokshaja? She said, I do not know, I am a woman, I do not know where is Adhokshaja, but rishis and all go to forest searching the Lord. The boy immediately left. Boy did not leave to do tapasya to take birth in stepmother's womb. He wanted a kingdom which will be bigger than his father, so that he wants to teach lesson to all of them. That's the Kshatriya spirit he had. See, though Dhruva Maharaja's desire was in a way apparently material, to become powerful, his mother directed him that he should take the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. That is very, very exemplary mother. guiding the sun to take the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. So, in another place, another great mother is the mother of Prahlada. When the Hiranyakashipu went for tapasya, Devatas plundered and taken away all Hiranyakashipu's palace into control. They were taking Hiranyakashipu's wife, Prahlada's mother, Kayadu, with them. Then Narada Muni says, no, in her womb, the great Bhagavata is going to take birth. Then the Narada Muni takes her to his ashrama. Now this mother, Kayadu, though she is wife of a demon, knowing that in my womb the great devotee is going to take birth, she was very pleased to hear this and served the great Rishi Narada. When she was pregnant, she continuously served the Narada Muni, Narada Rishi, and heard the instructions from Narada. So she took the advantage of the situation, of the opportunity, being a pregnant opportunity to stay in a devotee's ashrama. That is why it is said, the pregnant mother should hear about Krishna. What is happening? The soul is also hearing, which is going to take birth. Not supposed to watch movies, horror movies. They're supposed to hear the glories and let the new Atma going to take human body, let that Atma also hear about the Lord. This is the consciousness of the mother. Very contrary to the modern understanding. They want surrogacy. They want somebody else to become pregnant on their behalf. All celebrities want somebody else to become pregnant and give her the child after the child is taken birth. But you can see the mother here, the consciousness that it's a great fortune to give birth to a human being. It's a very auspicious thing. It's a seva to the Lord. And how that seva mother should render? By hearing the glories of the Lord. Should always remember the Lord. Hear about the Lord, Lord's Katha. This way, the pregnant woman, the mother, should spend her days. That is the greatness of another mother. There is another mother in the Vedic culture, in the Bhagavatam. Now, this mother is mother of Kapila Deva, Devahuti. And who is this Devahuti? Devahuti is the daughter of Manu. Manu is king, Prajapati. She had all Aishwarya at home. But whom did she marry? She married an ascetic. Long beard, ascetic, a rishi. She married because that is the will of the Lord. And having married, she did not demand like what Diti did. She simply served the husband. First of all, husband should be great like Kardama Muni. So here is an ideal character to know. And she served so much that one day Kardama Muni himself felt compassionate. Though she is coming from very aristocratic family, opulent life, now she has become Krisha, very lean. Lost all bodily luster, became weak, Seeing that, Kardama Muni became very compassionate. Then he was reminded of the duty of producing children with Devahuti. That's how the Devahuti and Kardama Muni then later enjoy for good number of years. And Vishnu, the Lord, had promised Kardama Muni that I will come as your son. So the Kapila takes birth as Devahuti's son. Now you see, this mother is very special. Why this mother is special? This Devahuti, though she is mother, what is the motherly affection? Vatsalya bhava. Teach the child. Even Yashoda would control Krishna. Hey, sit, stand, eat, do this, do that. But Devahuti received the instructions from her son. Very humble mother. When she saw her son is Supreme Lord or spiritually advanced personality, the mother who is not so spiritually advanced than the son supposed to sit and hear. That kind of mother is very rare. Devahuti is good example for this. Srila Prabhupada told for one of his disciples, one of the sannyasi disciple of Srila Prabhupada, he had a very good mother. And when he preached to the devotee, preached to mother took up Krishna consciousness. And he brought mother to meet Srila Prabhupada. And mother was chanting Hare Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada commented, your mother is like Devahuti. Generally, parents are naturally not ready to receive instruction from children. They want to instruct children, but receiving instruction from children. So Devahuti is an exemplary mother to show what is the importance of spiritual progress. And she heard from Kapila Muni. After hearing from Kapila Muni, and Kapila Deva said, my dear mother, and she also glorified, you are the Supreme Lord. I am so fortunate to beget you as my child. And the Lord was very happy. Then he said, I have given you all instructions, my dear mother, and he leaves. Kardama Muni has already left, because while marrying, Kardama had put on condition, as soon as the children grow, I will leave. So Kardama had left. Now the only son, Devahuti had only son, all others were daughters, got married to other rishis. Only son, he also left. And what did mother do? Mother spent the rest of her life following the instructions given by her son. Following very strict austerities. Following the instructions of son. This way, she progressed in her life and went back to God. There is one more mother, very famous mother. She said this, Vipadaha santo shashashvat tatra tatra jagadguru bhavato darshanam yatsyad apunar bhava darshanam. What a mother. And this mother is saying, I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again so that we could see you again and again. Bhavato darshanam yatsyat apunar bhava darshanam. Because if I get the darshana of you, my dear Lord, I need not to have the darshana of janma mrityu jara vyadhi. I need not to have the darshana of one more janma if I have the darshana of you. So how will I have the darshan of you, my dear Lord? Now you are leaving. But if there are vipadaha, if there are difficulties on us, you will stay with us. Who is this mother? Mother Kunti. What all trauma they underwent. Unimaginable trauma and torture by Duryodhana and party. The plan was hatched to burn them alive. Her son was given poison. Her daughter-in-law was tried to be disrobed, sent to forest. All kind of injustice and suffering. Now Mahabharata war has happened, everything has ended, her Yudhishthira, her son has become the king, everything is nice now. She is saying, let that calamities come again. You see what a consciousness of this mother. And means, let herself and her sons, let them suffer again, no problem. But Bhavataha darshanam yatsyad apunar Bhavadarshanam. You will be with us. As long as we are suffering, my dear Krishna, you will be with us. Then we can keep on seeing you. If we keep on seeing you, then we need not to see Punarjanma. Bhavadarshanam won't come. Which mother will ask difficulty for son and children? And this mother is asking. So these are the extraordinary and very special, the examples in the Vedic history, in the Puranas, in the historical incidences, how the mother should be, how mother should, otherwise, jananena sasya. Mother should be focused on the development of Krishna consciousness of the child, bhakti in the mind of the child. Progressing, becoming devotee of Krishna is the first priority. For the Atmas who are interested to end the miseries of this world, should be interested to worship the Lord. That is the foremost important. And this is how the exemplary character, the real mothers of the Vedic culture have shown. And now in today's verse also we see this. Though she is mother, as a mother she may undergo some kind of pain. When the Kapila they were left, Devahuti did feel very sad. But she consoled herself, the Lord, he has done his duty and he is leaving. So now Hiranyaksha, though Diti's son, she is feeling pain. My son is being killed. Very natural for mother. But what is crossing her heart? What is crossing her mind? Upadesha of her husband. Bharta Upadesham. That you will be fortunate that your son will be killed by the Supreme Lord. Means liberation. That is consoling to her. Now this is very important for all of us. We all are conditioned souls. As far as we are concerned, progressing spiritually is important for us. Material father and material mother is a cause of our birth, this body. They have taken care of us. We have certain responsibilities and duties to perform. But it is limited only to that. It should be mother and father's instructions, if it is favorable for you to progress in devotion to the Lord, should be considered. Otherwise, not to be considered. The example is Bharata. Kaikeyi has sent Rama to the forest. expecting my son, her love and affection to son. And Bharata should become happy, such a mother I got. And mother is waiting. What is mother's intention? Very selfless, that my son should become king, that's all. Not for herself. She has done everything. Took all bad name in Ayodhya for the purpose of making Bharata king. And Bharata came. You said you sent Rama to forest. I will not call you as my mother. This Kaikeyi did not expect. He rejected. Because this mother, my mother Kaikeyi, has caused inauspiciousness in Ayodhya for the service of the Lord. So if you obstructed the service of the Lord, then you are not my mother. He rejected. So like this we can see the examples showing what is important in our lives. In our lives, progressing in the path of devotion to Krishna is important because, as I told you in the beginning, He is Pitaham Asya Jagato Mata Dhata Pitamaha. 100 years back we were there. That time also He was father and mother for us. Lakshmi and Narayana. 1000 years back also they were, Lakshmi and Narayana are our original father and mother for us. And 1000 years from now also they are the father and mother for us. They are the real connection to us, is the Supreme Lord, who is a real well-wisher, who can really help us to come out of the suffering. All other relationships in this world should be kept as much as required as the matter of duty. We have certain duties. Otherwise, we will get karma phala. You have to suffer if you don't do certain duties properly. So you have to follow those things. But the center point of life is devotion to Krishna, bhakti to Krishna. With this, we'll stop. Gunakara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Shri Krishna Balram ki, Shri Nitai Gauranga ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.